These are the voyages of SV Prism. The crew on board are searching for exotic landscapes and foreign cultures as they sail their 33-foot sailboat beyond horizons.
Prism looked good after being left for more than 7 months in the hot Sonoran Desert. We had a long list of upgrades and repairs to do to her, and with the official cruising season already started, we wanted to get back in the water as fast as possible. Gabriel's yard is located outside of downtown Guaymas, making it an adventure on its own just to get into town to find parts. Luckily, my brother Sean was able to stay and help.
Closed off?
It's not completely closed off.
Oh, yeah, it kind of is.
It is kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
But see, yeah.
I see what you mean.
Our first order of business was to replace our ruined batteries. We decided to replace our two 6-volt starting batteries with a single Group 31 12-volt battery.
It's a lot of driving around to find the right deal in Mexico. Hopefully this is a good one.
Do you feel like you're a pack mule? Or just using you for your vehicle now?
Yeah, totally, yeah. I feel like I got conned in this whole trip. Thought it'd be a great idea, but now I see it's just a service.
Yeah, right. He was sitting back there not too long ago going, oh man, I'm just taking this all in. I forgot how beautiful it is with the mountains and the water. It's beautiful.
Mountains. There's a T in there.
Mountains.
Mountains?
Mountains.
Where we're going, we don't need roads. Look at that. Perfect. Oh, I could have kept going.
Opened up directly
Look at
for
that.
us.
No traffic.
Meant to be.
The taco shop. Oh, what is that?
The next project was to remove the old grounding plate for the SSB. At some point, the previous owners had painted over the porous bronze, which in turn ruined the plate. Because we installed a KISS grounding system, we no longer needed the holes, so we filled them in. At the same time, we filled the holes John had drilled into the rudder, which allowed all of the moisture to evaporate out during the summer months. These African sheep roam the yard during the day to keep the brush at bay. We came to enjoy our talkative hooved friends, who are always good for a laugh. We're excited about the condition, all except for our bowsprit. The bowsprit split, which we have the scarf that we did in Berkeley. We're gonna have to do again, or refasten it together. Sean's sick. Having a car is awesome though. And yeah, I have 2 men here and I'm the one sanding. How'd that happen? So, just sanding away. It's hot. Can't wait to be back in the water. Guaymas is just gorgeous. Can you please bring the extension cord over to me?
What if I say no?
Then you can cook your own dinner tonight.
Oh, she's funny. She's all, have you guys been sanding for 3 days? I'm all, yeah, we don't really like to sand, so we're kind of more just putting it off. Yeah. Well, John's sanding. We're conveniently running errands. Well, we try to go and exchange our old batteries for ones that we bought a couple days ago. And that was a shit show because, once again, we don't speak Spanish and they hardly speak English. So, between that and getting the supplies that we need to finish our job today, our plan has worked out perfectly. John is probably finished with all the work while we're out running around trying to be retards and get by without any Spanish.
Sean was right. John had finished sanding and prepping the hull while we were gone. We all started to paint when we got back, going through almost 2 gallons of paint on the first coat alone because it was so hot. It takes like some actual muscle to fill in all of the little tiny grooves of our bottom. Will I grab the brush, Sean?
Nope.
Okay.
Sure.
Got it.
I'll do it.
The paint was curing on the roller faster than we could get it onto the hull. So we learned an important rule about painting in a hot climate. Don't paint in the middle of the day. Instead, paint in the mornings. You'll stay cool, be more comfortable, and you will get a lot more out of your paint.
The realities of losing your batteries while you were gone is a grand total of almost $500.
With the install of our 4 new 6-volt batteries, our battery woes were over, and we were ready to start the main project, the chain plates.
Today's goal, I did all the measurements and bending measurements to drop these things off at a machine shop and to get them worked out for us.
After finding a machine shop right down the road from the boatyard, we showed them what we wanted done. We negotiated a price for the holes to be drilled, the ends to be rounded, and the angle bends to be done in the right place. They asked us to come back in 2 days. With the plates dropped off, it was time for lunch. Did someone say fish tacos? It's like Ensenada all over again.
But it only took us, what, like 4 or 5 days to find fish tacos?
Yeah.
Definitely worth the wait.
Sean and I are watching footage from a year ago about
And drinking cocktails.
drinking cocktails. And there's
And Captain.
There's Captain. Out. Oh, he's so cute though. What do you think, Sean? Did we work him too hard?
The Benavideses are rolling on, and the Outlaws are just sucking wind.
Last night we decided that we were going to have a celebratory little cocktails between Sean, Shannon, and I. Like, that's no different than every other night. But last night we broke out the last of our ginger beer, store-bought ginger beer, and vodka. Some absolute, which I did not know it was at the time, or I would have slowed down a little bit, but it was absolute 100 proof vodka. And needless to say, I think Shannon and I drank too much, or it took down our systems enough that something else got into us, or something like that. But holy moly, starting about 3 o'clock in the morning last night, it hit both of us, and let's just say it wasn't pretty.
How you feeling, babe?
It's an all-time low.
Is this worse than Cabo?
No. That was pretty bad. So that was an all-time low.
This is the second all-time low?
Yeah. It's just hard because we're on the hard. Get it? Oh, don't move.
So we are deep into a Guaymas machine shop. The guys were very helpful though. These are our new chain plates. This is the double in the back. And I really wish I had Jess or someone that spoke better Spanish than me. Luckily there's a man here that actually speaks fairly good Spanish, and so, or English. And so I'm just trying to keep my stomach together right now. But it's very important on these chain plates that these angles are not straight, they're actually on an angle like this for these bends, because these chain plates don't go straight up and down on our boat, they go on an angle to match the angle of the rigging.
C954 aluminum bronze is a hard material. We decided to go with this metal because of its strength and resistance to corrosion in the marine environment.
Okay.
That's hard to
There is I'd say a 10% chance that when we try to bend these things, it's just going to explode on us too. So I'd stand back.
Okay, I'll be back. Well, they're going to heat it up, right?
Yeah, that's why I was saying like a cold bend. Yeah, but if we try to do that 40 cold, it could become an issue. So that is the mark right there. Yeah, and it's a straight line on this one.
Yeah, it's straight.
Yeah.
So if one breaks, is the whole project put on hiatus?
Yeah. I've seen this work before, so we should be good.
Nice.
The chain plates are 3/8 inch thick, and we all knew they were going to be hard to bend. Despite John's recommendations to heat the metal, the guys at the machine shop were determined to bend the plates cold.
Ahí está. Mira, Uri. Necesitas hacerlo más para acá. Que quede el puro medio. Ahí. Y esta ahora.
Well, is it okay if we take the pressure off in case there's a bounce back at all? I think I stopped there. Yeah, I think let's look. Let's take it off and actually put it up against.
Vamos a piquinul. Vamos.
Juro, muy juro. There's your problem.
Oh, we gotta make a new die, I guess.
In the process of doing the initial bends, before heat was introduced, they did put a hairline crack into the forward lower chain plate. Luckily, they had bronze welding rod there and filled the 1/8 inch void. After cracking the plate, the guys realized that this material was no chump, and decided it was time to take John's advice to heat the metal. With heat, the plates bent easily in the press. Working with this machine shop was great fun, and for all of their labor, we were charged 2,000 pesos, which at the time was around $125. Not too bad for 6 custom-made bronze chain plates.
So all that for 6 little bars, huh? All right, fun. See if we can find the welded one.
It's pretty apparent. A little pit in there, but
Fucking solid, bro.
it's alright. It's a lower.
What's the worst that can happen?
After coming to the realization that obtaining our tourist visa was impossible in Guaymas because we came into the country by car, we began planning on how we were going to get our visas. Sean had to get back to his life in California, so we decided to ride up to the border with him in the 4Runner, which he was going to keep for a while we were gone. Once word was out that we were heading north through the border, our friends on Oleada wanted a ride as well. Our plan was to stop at the immigration center on the Mexican side, obtain our visas, and then catch the bus back down to Guaymas all in one day. Despite Jess being practically fluent in Spanish, we missed the INM building going north, and before we knew it, we were in line at the border.
So Shannon, are we going back to the U.S. right now?
Looks like it, unless
I thought the whole idea was to go to Mexico.
that was the plan.
Hey, this is the border. We get rid of all our fruit, right? After your $370 fine last time.
Well, I guess we're going back to the States after all.
I'm glad you think I do pick the fastest lane because I don't ever feel like I do because I'm so competitive.
I'm not very annoyed. I'm more or less, I don't know what I am. Words can't describe.
You're in America, son.
Yeah, I'm just
Come up with something.
Buenas noches. Hasta luego.
Say goodbye to the 4Runner, Shannon.
You'll just see it in like maybe a couple years. If it lasts that long. I'll take no pictures. Yeah, I'll check it before I leave in the morning.
With this slight setback, we needed to get a hotel room for the night. and then take the first bus available the next morning back to Guaymas.
The temperature outside here probably is hovering in the 30s, high 30s probably.
And we only have sandals.
And we only dressed for, of course, Mexico. So luckily I brought a sweater. That almost didn't actually happen at all. So I have my pillow here for the 25 bus. And Shannon's got her coffee. And
We
yeah.
had a very nice hot breakfast.
Yeah, it's actually really, the Choice Hotel down here in Nogales is actually really good for, it's a $70 we didn't really want to spend, but I'm glad we did, because it would have been a total, probably nightmare last night trying to take the 25 bus back into Guaymas and getting there at like 3 a.m. Probably wouldn't have survived it. It was probably a $70 that bought us extra years on this earth.
That's horrible.
Is that bad coffee?
Oh.
So the coffee at the breakfast was really good. But this coffee in the lobby, no bueno. No bueno.
Oh God.
Now it's just a hand warmer.
We made a quick stop to swap out some more dollars for pesos and continued on to the bus station. We stayed entertained by a sticker machine with the most interesting stickers in it. Back on the Tufesa bus, we took the quick ride back over the border. And because we were the only American citizens aboard, we were sent inside to pay for our visas. We are literally at the border, and we are the only people. Luckily, there is a young girl on board who speaks English and Spanish. She's our saving grace. And we are at the INM office here to get our visas. We're just waiting, and hopefully our bus doesn't take off without us.
So we've made it into the Mexico Nogales, and we got our visas. So we are now no longer illegal aliens in Mexico. It was quite interesting to be illegal aliens in a foreign country. You've always heard about it in the States, but we were one in a foreign country. So we are legal for 180 days. We got 180 days, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank God.
During the ride back to Guaymas, we had time to decompress before getting back to work on Prism. Without Sean or the car, life was going to get a bit harder before it got easier. With our plan in place, we felt confident that we could get back in the water before Christmas Eve. Or at least we hoped so. Next time on SV Prism. Back at the boat, we start drilling holes. Lots and lots of holes.
There it goes. I don't know if you can see that, but it's all brown flakes coming out right now.
While the chain plate project progresses, we take care of other maintenance as well. Then it's off with her head. Well, the nose at least. John takes the bowsprit off to repair the crack that had developed in it. Meanwhile, we celebrate winter solstice with other cruisers in the yard and scramble to make our launch date before the yard closes for the upcoming holidays.
Oh yeah, it's pretty though. Look at that nice clean line.
If you like this show, please subscribe if you haven't already. Also, follow us on Facebook and Instagram to see the newest updates on where we are right now. This show is funded by viewers like you. So if you like the show, consider becoming a patron so we can continue making the show in the future. For more details about Prism, camera gear, and the crew, go to svprism.com. Thanks again for watching, and like always, fair winds and following seas.